Hello everybody, welcome to Coach Ali Production on YouTube. I'll be your personal trainer during this dumbbell workout series for beginners. We're going to cover around 60 different exercises that you can perform using only a pair of dumbbells. Once you've completed this 10-day workout series, you'll be ready to start any workout series of your choice, including our Limitless dumbbell workout series, which I personally guarantee is the most aesthetic, body transforming workout on all of YouTube. You should work out to every episode of the dumbbell workout series in sequential order. During each exercise, I'll advise you on the 3 most important points to consider in order for you to do the exercises correctly and effectively. Our goal is to keep you safe at all times and ensure that you're targeting the right areas of your body effectively during each and every workout. Today's workout will consist of upper body dumbbell exercises, developing and toning your chest, triceps, or the back of your arms if you like, as well as tightening the muscles around your stomach. Please make sure that you have some clear space around you, free from trip hazards, and let's get started with today's workout. If you haven't already, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss the next workout in this series. All right guys, these are wide chest presses. So you can see at the bottom, my elbows are at 90 degrees and it's a straight line from elbow to elbow. I come up, I straighten my arms out and push those dumbbells together for stabilization. Very important to make sure your lower back is pinned against the floor when you're doing this particular exercise. And if we're talking about your breathing, your inhale is in the eccentric component, which is right here. Your exhale is when you're pushing up in your concentric component of the exercise. So breathe in and breathe out, just like that. Let's do one more repetition. And relax. All right, guys, these are crush grip presses. Now, you can see what we're doing. We're squeezing the head of those dumbbells. I'm not gripping, I'm squeezing. So this is really focusing, particularly at the center of your chest. This is a fantastic chest exercise. Just got to make sure that you don't drop the dumbbell on yourself. Make sure your lower back is also pinned against the floor. And make sure that your knees are bent and that you're squeezing your abs. This is going to help you throughout your exercise. You can see that it's a vertical movement. So I'm going straight up. Nice steady control and working my way straight down. Elbows are out when I come down and arms are parallel right at the top of the exercise. That's it. Okay guys, these are wide dumbbell push-ups. So the first thing you'll notice is by using the dumbbell, I'm keeping my wrists nice and straight. So if you've got trouble doing prone exercises, you can always use dumbbells underneath you and it's going to help you. The other thing you want to be conscious of is look for your core control. I want to make sure my tailbone is tucked in a little bit and that I'm not arching my back. I want to make sure I'm not doing any of that. That's going to put pressure on your back, so we're going to reverse it. And we're going to hit it this way. You can see my elbows are nice and wide and my forearms are parallel at the bottom of this chest focused exercise. Just like that. Okay guys, these are rotating presses. So you can see that I'm starting with my arms neutral at the bottom and then turning and touching those dumbbells together. This is a fantastic chest and triceps exercise. Now, a couple of things to watch out for. You want to make sure that your lower back is pinned against the floor the whole time. So if your lower back starts to arch up, I want you to press on it and make sure you keep it nice and flat. The other thing we want to do is make sure you've got slow, controlled repetitions. If you're doing it on the floor like I'm doing it today, then this is about as much range of movement as you're going to get. If you're using a bench, you're going to be able to drop those arms a little bit lower. Very good. Okay guys, these are close grip presses, or some people call them tricep presses. You can see what we're doing. Our elbows are tucked in by our sides
and they remain tucked in as you push up all the way. All right, make sure that the dumbbells remain together the whole time. And we're really focusing on our triceps and the center of our chest by pushing those dumbbells together. Again, we're looking for slow, controlled movement. And make sure that your lower back is pinned against the floor the whole time. Let's do a few more reps of these. Inhale here. Exhale there. All the way down. All the way up. Last rep. There you have it. Alright guys, these are narrow push-ups or tricep push-ups if you like. So you can see that I've got a slight angle on those dumbbells, which is just making it a little bit more comfortable for me. But they are quite narrow, and that my elbows are tucked in by my side throughout the whole time. They're not hanging out at all. You want to make sure that you're not locking your elbow at the top. So I want to make sure that I'm finishing nice and soft like that, and making sure that I've got good range of movement as much as possible. The other thing that you want to watch out for is make sure your tailbone is tucked in ever so slightly, so that you're protecting your back and so that you're engaging your core while you do these push-ups. There you have it. All right, these are chest flies, guys. It's a typical chest exercise when you're doing your upper body. Now, a fly essentially means that it's a rotation at the shoulders and it's not a bend at the elbows, so it's not a pressing exercise. So you see what we're doing? We're extending those shoulders and then squeezing your chest and bringing it all up together nice and vertical. Now you want to make sure that your lower back is pinned against the floor and that you're squeezing your core. And you can see that my hands are remaining neutral the whole time. Make sure the dumbbells don't touch the floor when you're in the extended position right here. Inhale, exhale. Very good.
All right, this exercise is a fly raise, you guys. You can see what I'm doing. Starting really wide with the arms and my palms are facing forward, okay? So we don't want any adjustment there. Make sure that those palms are facing forward. Lift in a triangle motion. So you can see I'm closing and lifting up all at the same time and then going back wide at the end of it. Make sure there's no momentum through your hips, guys. I don't want to be doing any of this. I want to make sure I'm nice and sturdy underneath me and I'm keeping those knees ever so slightly bent. That's going to give me a good strong base and it's also going to protect my lower back as well. Let's get one more rep of this one. And relax.
All right, guys, these are triceps skull crushers. You can see the upper arm, the humerus bone, is staying nice and vertical the whole time. It doesn't actually move at all. There's a bend of at least 90 degrees at the elbows, so the head is coming towards my shoulders. And then when I'm extending my arms out, it's nice and parallel, and it's all the way straight. Make sure that the head finishes at your ears or just above your shoulders like I was saying. All right, where people tend to go wrong is they try to finish the head nice and high up there and it moves your elbows out of position. So we want to make sure that we're not doing that.
Okay guys, these are tricep kickbacks. Another fantastic triceps exercise. So you can see that I'm starting with a nice long stance and I'm actually supporting with my elbow so it holds me in position nice. Now what I'm doing is I'm lifting my elbow all the way to my rib and then I'm making sure that I'm kicking out from here. Full range of extension, and you can see I don't let my elbow move anymore. So once the elbow is in position, it stays there for the remainder of the set. Now, very important not to flick the wrist. Okay, you can see there is no flick of the wrist. It's staying nice and neutral, just like that. Okay, so we're simply changing sides with those tricep kickbacks, guys.
let's get started. And what we do with the right, we've got to make sure we do with the left as well. So again, going through the three most important points, you can see I'm well supported using my elbow so that the body is not moving at all. You can see the elbow is nicely lifted. And once it goes into position, it doesn't get out of position anymore. And then I'm extending all the way and making sure I've got about 90 degrees of rotation at the elbow. I'm getting a really nice flexion, particularly in the lateral triceps on this one as I do it. And then I'm making sure that I'm not flicking my wrists either.
Good job. Okay guys, these are lateral triceps extensions. This is fantastic for both the lateral head of the triceps, lateral head of the biceps, a little bit in your shoulders as well, guys. It's actually quite an advanced exercise. So you can see that the dumbbells are starting together and my elbows are out. And then I'm extending and making sure that I'm not moving my elbows. The other thing that I'm not doing is I'm not rotating the wrist. It's very easy to do that. We've got to try and maintain the wrist position throughout this exercise. You're going to get a really good flexion, particularly in the lateral head of your triceps. Make sure that we're doing it nice and slow and have ample control over your movement. Okay, into a long stance, guys. This is a triceps backswing. So you can see what we're doing. It's a rotation at the shoulder, not at the elbow. Okay, so the dumbbell is starting vertical and it's going up all the way horizontal, and we're making sure that there's no rotation in the torso. We're keeping that torso nice and still and making sure we're keeping that arm nice and stiff as well along the way. Again, my stance is nice and long. I'm well supported and I'm making sure that I'm putting a little pause at the end of this particular exercise. Fantastic for the triceps, but you also get it in your lats as well. Okay guys, now I'm simply just facing the opposite direction and working those tricep back swings using my left arm. So again, let's go through that basic form guide. You can see my opposite elbow is supporting my stance, so there's no movement in the torso. And then I'm making sure that it's a rotation at the shoulder, and I'm going from a vertical arm all the way to a horizontal arm. So when I'm at the top of this exercise right here, I'm getting good flexion using my triceps, but also using my lats as well. I'm making sure there's no flick of the wrist. You can see everything's nice and sturdy, and everything's nice and controlled. Alright guys, these are frog leg crunches. So you can see what I've done. I've got my feet together and I've got my knees spread. So my hips are open and they're basically not being activated during these abs crunches. Make sure that you're keeping your lower back pinned against the floor at all times. It doesn't lift at all. And you can see that my crunch is always a rolling action. It's not a hinge. I'm not trying to get up into a sit-up. Okay? Lift those shoulder blades off the ground. Look at your dumbbell as you come up. And slow, steady action. There you have it. This exercise is a roadkill, guys. It's an isometric exercise and it's a little bit harder than it looks. So you can see what we've done here. I've pinned my lower back to the floor and I'm maintaining it there the whole time. What I'm doing is I'm lifting my head and shoulder blades and I'm also lifting my tailbone. So I'm getting that really good abdominal contraction and some hips contraction as well. What you can do is you can tuck your chin in and just try to maintain your position for as long as you can. This is quite difficult. Let's do it together. Let's just hold our position and let's go with steady breathing. You can see that my arms are vertical and I'm bringing my legs, keeping it relatively close.
All right, guys, these are crossbody crunches. So you can see it's like an abs crunch, but it's got a little twist to it. So what I'm doing is I'm getting the dumbbell to the opposite knee, just like that. So this is not only emphasizing my abs, but it's also going around the outside a little bit and getting into the intercostals as well. This is fantastic for creating those lines and creating beautiful definition in your midsection. Now, make sure we're going right up and extending. If you're not using dumbbells, or if it's a little bit difficult doing them with dumbbells, use your hands. Get the palm of your hand all the way to your knee. One last rep. Relax.
Well done for completing today's home dumbbell workout with me, Coach Ali. I trust that you enjoyed your workout, and I hope that we get to progress to the next episode together and continue learning about dumbbell training. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and let's build a beautiful new body together. If you're finished training for today, I recommend that you stretch and cool down with our physio Daphne. I've linked a playlist of her stretches to the end of this video, so be sure to take advantage of that. I'll see you on the next workout right here on this channel. Take care of yourselves and each other.